Day 53, I'm reading Reader Come Home by Marianne Wolf, page 193. I want children to learn the capacity for such cognitive patience, and I ask you now to reclaim what you may have lost. Festina lente gives you a release from the reduced ways most of us now read. Fast if you can, slowly if you must. To possess cognitive patience is to recover a rhythm of time that allows you to attend with consciousness and intention. You read quickly, festina, till you are conscious, lente, of the thoughts to comprehend, the beauty to appreciate, the questions to remember, and, when fortunate, the insights to unfold. From this perspective, Festina Lente provides two metaphors for all the thoughts in this book about the changes in reading. At a micro level, it directs us to how we might move across the transition to a digital culture. Let us hasten to meet that future, but examine it slowly with our best thoughts at our side. At a micro level, it is a metaphor for the entire arc of the good reader's reading circuit. We decode automatically until perception becomes transformed into concepts, when time becomes consciously slowed, and our whole self becomes suffused by the mental cascade, when thoughts and feelings converge. We may hurry to enter that inside place, but let us relearn how to stop, still our lives, and only leave that home for the self in our own time. I have been very frugal with the use of the word self, but we come now to the core of the third reading life, the home where both the self and perhaps the soul lie side by side, and where we can look about us more knowingly through the lenses of others' thoughts. There are few better attempts to portray this invisible habitat of the reader's interior self than Virginia Woolf's description of Mrs. Ramsay in To the Lighthouse. As she reads poems by Shakespeare, Mrs. Ramsay begins to connect her insights into the sonnets to the whole of her life and the life of her family. Her entire being is suffused with waves of new understanding and fresh feelings of joy, while her husband but looks on with that peculiar condescension that is the long-laid consequence of circumscribing the one we love, and that renders the viewer oblivious to the storm of thoughts and feelings of the other has entered into unnoted. To you who likes Mrs. Ramsay, know the place we enter when we leave the surface of ourself behind and are relensed from time. There is a suspended joy with little parallel. Such joy is no random event reached by serendipity or a temperament disposed to happiness. Rather, it is perquisite of the hard-won thoughts and feeling of the person who makes room and time for it. Few historical individuals better illuminate the life-altering importance of the joy that reading imparts, even in the direst of circumstances, than Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Described earlier in Letter 3, Bonhoeffer wrote one of the most moving books I have ever read, Letters and Papers from Prison. After being thrown into concentration camps for his views about Nazi Germany, the letters portray an embattled unyielding spirit, kept alive in very large part by what he could read. To himself, the one luxury his illustrious family could arrange to send him, to his fellow prisoners, and as revealing of his nature as his writing, to his prison guards. Most striking in his letters is the unalloyed happiness that Bonhoeffer gained from all that he read, which he then passed on to others, despite his own very deep despair. In one letter to his young fiancée, he wrote, "Your prayers and kind thoughts, passages from the Bible, pieces of music, books, all are invested with life and reality as never before. I live in a great unseen realm of whose real existence I am in no doubt." I believe that it was the unseen sanctuary within the reading act that sustained him through every deprivation till the end. When he left Buchenwald for Flossenburg, where he was executed just days before the American liberation and Adolf Hitler's suicide, Bonhoeffer took the Bible, Goethe, and Plautard to accompany him. These, the books of his faith in God and the symbols of his enduring hope in the deepest good in human life and in nature, preserved him till he died. In the words of another prisoner, a British intelligence officer, he always seemed to me to diffuse an atmosphere of happiness, of joy in every smallest event in life. He was one of the very few men that I have met to whom his God was real and ever close to him. He was, without exception, the finest and most lovable man I have ever met. My hope for my children and my children's children and yours is that they, like Bonhoeffer, will know where to find the many forms of joy that resides in the secret holding places in the reading life and the sanctuary it gives each of us who seeks it. Okay, I should stop here. Please correct me if you can. Thank you.